here to talk about the final unit, the final 3 weeks of our class, and board relations. Any nonprofit in the world that's actually a certified 501c3 has a board of directors, has a group of people, almost always volunteers, not staff members, who have the fiduciary and often operational responsibility for the organization. They're people, they're the boss's boss, they're the people that the executive director responds to. They're chosen for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes they're chosen because they have resources. They might either have money themselves or know people who have money who can contribute to the organization. They might be people who are deeply committed to the work of the organization. My wife worked for a nonprofit agency in Abilene that provided all kinds of wonderful services to people who had the HIV virus and people who had developed AIDS. And it was started by a group of volunteers who had family members who were AIDS victims. And those family members became board members once the organization developed a professional staff. So sometimes the board will be populated by people who have a really vital interest in the work the organization does. I'm very concerned about the lack of affordable housing for low-income people in Corpus Christi, and I serve on the board of one of the local low-income housing units. Sometimes there are people with particular expertise. Many boards will have lawyers, many boards will have maybe people who are really good money managers or accountants and things like that, or some other area of expertise. So there are a lot of reasons for people to be on boards. There's no specific size. Most boards will have their own bylaws that will govern how many people should be on the board, what the minimum is, what the maximum is. And they will have often have lengths of terms. People can serve 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Sometimes they can serve again, sometimes they cannot. There's almost always a term limit. Boards will have officers, often a chair or the president of a board, often a recording secretary, and often somebody who looks at finances as well. Now, boards serve as the interface often between the organization and the community. They are responsible for ultimately the work of the organization. They're the person that the professional staff reports to, usually in the head of the executive director. And they promote the organization within the community. They're enormously important. And a big part of the writing that people in nonprofits do will be board documents. Now, we're only going to write 2 documents for this. There are many things that you do to the board, but 2 of the most common and most important things are reports to the board. These are usually documents written by or on behalf of the executive director, given by a member of the professional staff to the organization's board members at or prior to their monthly meeting. They're usually distributed a day or 2 or 3 in advance so the board members can prepare, ask questions. And then we're also going to create an annual report. We probably won't create a full-blown annual report because they can be multi-page documents, often 30, 40 pages with glossy covers sent out to people. And there are multiple audiences to that. They're ostensibly written to the board, but they are usually included in funding requests and often distributed to the public as well. And it's kind of a yearbook, a list of your organization's accomplishments for the prior year. Combination of financial report and a newsletter and a lot of other things rolled into one. So we're only going to create 2 documents for this last unit because the annual report is going to be significantly bigger than the other one, than what we've done in the past. So that's what we're doing. We're in the home stretch. We're doing good work. You hang in there, and I look forward to seeing more of your writing. And I'm sorry this class is ending, too, because y'all are doing good work, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Thanks.